Hello, and welcome to this tour of my Playable Lego Pinball Machine. This pinball machine is fully playable and packed with details, so let's begin exploring this Lego working pinball machine. We'll begin by looking at the decorations around the pinball machine. Here at the front of the pinball machine, we can find that this young child has been born on the same day that the first person walked on the moon. A few years later in his life, he enjoys playing with rocket ships in the park and imagining himself to be a real astronaut. Even later in his life, he attends many schools and universities, and he eventually gets his degree to become a real astronaut. One day, it's his turn to fly up into outer space. On that same trip, he and one other astronaut get to walk on the moon. They then begin their journey home, break through the atmosphere, and come and land down back in the ocean. Here's their space capsule with the parachute and an aircraft carrier to pick them up from the ocean. This brings us back to the front, where you can find that the person who was once a young boy has won a big award for being such a great astronaut. As I said earlier, the pinball machine is fully playable. It begins right here when you launch the ball using this lever mechanism. As soon as you launch the ball, it will slide down into this slot down here where you can retrieve your ball and play again. You can also use these lever mechanisms and flippers to not let the ball fall down. Here's the runway that the ball goes up to come out into the big open area of the playing field. It will first come to the spinner that spins as soon as the ball hits it. There are also these three obstacles and a UFO obstacle. Over here there are these little bumpers that the ball must go around. And over here in the middle, we have a giant planet surrounded with a nice yellow border that the ball can bounce off. Over here, we also have a motorized mechanism that can spin and flip the ball faster outwards. There were many different building techniques used when building this model. The entire model is built on this wooden base. It is raised up by an arch piece beneath it. Another building technique I'd had to use while building this was building the moon sideways. The surface that the ball rolls on is all smooth because of the bricks built sideways. On this side of the pinball machine, we can find instructions for how to play, how to score, and we can even see the story that happens when it begins here as a young boy. He goes to the moon, and he comes here and receives his reward. hope you enjoyed checking out a working Lego pinball machine with me.